we ran a special for locals for our startup. So we did have very good support from locals, and we continue to have good support from locals. But at that time, locals was the local market was the majority of the persons coming to Harrison's Cave. Since then, obviously travel has reopened a bit, and we've seen the shift in the visitors coming to the island. So whereas before, when we first reopened, it was mostly locals, it's now shifted like a 70% visitor, 30% local in terms of our market share, in terms of where our visitors are coming from. And we are, I mean, we're nowhere near pre-COVID numbers, obviously, but we are seeing a healthy daily average of about 130 to 160, depending on the months in question over the last 6 or 7 months. That's where we've been for the last few months.
So how has COVID been affecting your staff and the plans for the place?
Well, obviously from the time Chukka took over, the intention was to pretty much jump in and start work in terms of the refurbishment. With COVID, that has been delayed for a number of reasons. One, the shutdowns. We have some of our team that have to come in from overseas. Don't talk about the logistics issues in terms of the building that we are now doing. So from that perspective, it would have delayed some of the stuff that we had for startup. But that's why we then made a decision that we are going to start up as we were before the takeover by Chukka and before COVID. So we started up with just our signature tram tour, and now we are building slowly with the development plan and phasing in the different activities as we are able to get them off the ground. Because like for 2 years, obviously people were not able to, like the planning process was delayed. So our architects and our planners weren't able to get here when they should have to start some of the pre-planning work. But now all of that is kind of behind us, and we are moving full steam ahead in terms of the redevelopment. So as you saw from upstairs, we've started with the construction, but we are doing it in a phased approach so that the park remains open while we are still able to operate and generate revenue. So there's as little disruption to our guests as possible is how we're trying to go about doing it. From a staff perspective, we've started, when we reopened, and we're still not up to full operational capacity right now. So normally Harrison's Cave would operate 7 days a week. Right now we are at 6 days a week, and when we reopened in July to, I want to say September or so, we were only operating 3 days, and then we gradually increased to 4, 5, and then we only started 6 days from January of this year. So we're slowly rebuilding to full operational capacity, and obviously then the staffing was taken on according to the operational build-out.